There is a moment, if you are destined for something, where you look at your phone, look at your reflection, and understand with perfect clarity, the cavalry is not coming. No rescue, no miracle message, no sudden ally who explains everything and lifts you out. Just silence. For most people, this moment feels like betrayal. The world promised them support. Teachers promised guidance. Family promised understanding. Culture promised fairness. And yet, here they are, alone. For most, this realization becomes a quiet grief they never fully name. They feel unlucky, abandoned, singled out. They ask the same question again and again, why does it have to be me? For most, this is the end of the road. But for a rare few, this moment is not an ending. It is ignition. You're watching this because you recognize it. That feeling that something inside you is burning, while everyone around you seems content to sleep. An ambition that doesn't translate into normal conversation. A hunger that sounds irrational to people who prefer safety. You're exhausted from explaining yourself, exhausted from trying to make others understand what you see so clearly. You're done waiting for permission, done waiting for alignment, done waiting for a savior. Stop waiting. The belief that you need a team, a sign, or a cheering crowd before you can win is the most dangerous lie a comfortable world has ever sold. History is not moved by committees. It is bent by individuals who learned to stand alone before anyone stood with them. Legends are not discovered. They are forged, and they are almost always forged in isolation. Today, we break the illusion. Not gently, completely, because what we are about to dismantle is not external. It is psychological. We must remove the part of you that craves approval before action. We must eliminate the follower that lives quietly inside you, waiting for reassurance. If the idea of stepping into the void alone unsettles you, leave now. Go back to the noise. It will keep you warm. But if you are ready to become the reason the noise grows nervous, stay with me. From the beginning, you were trained for dependence. School rewarded group work. Culture praised collaboration. You were taught that success is shared, that strength comes from numbers, that being liked is a form of safety. You heard the phrase so often it became law. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And slowly, invisibly, that idea hollowed you out. Because the moment you depend on who you know, you confess that you do not trust yourself to stand alone. Dependence feels like wisdom. It masquerades as realism. But it is a slow poison. When your progress relies on others, your future becomes hostage to their priorities, their moods, their limitations, and they will always act in their own interest first. Always. The strategic mind understands this early. It trusts only what it controls. Every form of support comes with a cost that is rarely spoken aloud. Help creates debt. Investment creates ownership. Emotional encouragement creates leverage. When someone fuels you, they control the valve. You think you are building a safety net. In reality, you are weaving a web. It may catch you when you fall, but it will also confine you when you try to rise. Your lack of momentum is not because you lack support. It is because you are still searching for it. You spend energy explaining instead of building. You soften your vision so others can digest it. You wait for validation before committing fully. You are waiting for applause before the performance exists. That hesitation is not humility. It is fear disguised as patience. You must return to ground zero. Ground zero is the state of total self-reliance. No favors, no fallback, no borrowed belief. You inventory your life and realize the truth. All you have are your 2 hands and your mind. For the average person, this realization is terrifying. For you, it must become clarifying. With zero support, you have zero obligations. No one lifted you, so no one can pull you down. No one invested, so no one can dictate terms. No one believed early, so no one can claim credit later. If you build it alone, you own it entirely. This is not motivational talk. This is cold logic. We do not mourn the empty auditorium. We value the quiet, and we build. There is an old truth most people avoid. When forced to choose, commanding respect is more powerful than begging for affection. Apply this to your solitude. Seeking support is a desire to be liked. You want family approval, peer validation, encouragement, and this desire comes from lack. Lack repels power. Have you noticed it? The more you ask for help, the less arrives. The more you explain your dream, the more resistance you encounter. People sense need instinctively. Need signals vulnerability. Vulnerability invites dismissal. Ordinary minds smirk not because your vision is wrong, but because it threatens their comfort. To win from nothing, you must stop wanting to be loved and start becoming undeniable. This requires an internal transformation. You no longer run on encouragement. You run on defiance. Quiet, relentless defiance. Look at the silence around you, the unanswered messages, the fading friends. Do not feel sadness. Feel clarity. Their absence is not rejection. It is space. They don't believe? Good. The arena is empty. They won't help? Perfect. The victory will be clean. When indifference no longer wounds you, it sharpens you. Imagine a commander who turns to find his troops gone, no backup, no reinforcements. Does he collapse in grief? No. He assesses his blade. He studies the terrain. He understands a lone strategist moving deliberately in the dark is far more dangerous than a noisy, predictable army. You are that commander. Large organizations crawl through meetings and approvals. You move in silence. You can change your trajectory in a single afternoon because you answer to no one. Solitude strips away inefficiency. It removes weak links. It filters false allies who would abandon you the moment success creates tension. You're alone because you are being protected from the gravity of average dreams. So how do you operate without praise, without accountability, without an audience? You enter the silent era. If you have no audience, you have no reason to perform. Most people fail because they speak too soon. They share ideas prematurely. They leak energy. They tell someone their goal and receive doubt in return. Or worse, they receive praise too early, triggering a false sense of progress. The brain mistakes expression for execution. Momentum dies. You must become silent. Take a vow of secrecy around your ambitions. Do not announce, do not hint, do not post. Silence creates pressure. When a goal has no verbal outlet, it compresses inside you. It becomes urgency. It becomes discipline. It becomes work. Pressure is not the enemy. It is fuel. This pressure wakes you at hours when comfort sleeps. It pushes you to refine when others relax. In solitude, you gain the rare gift of immersion. No distractions, no social obligations, no performance. Just creation. Society calls obsession unhealthy. History calls it the price of entry. With no one behind you, you must go deeper than anyone else. You must know your craft so thoroughly that ignorance cannot compete. Skill becomes your shield. Precision becomes your reputation. The goal is not to be liked. It is to be unavoidable. And when results appear, support will follow. People rush toward winners. They avoid builders. While you ask, you look like a struggler. When you emerge with proof, suddenly everyone claims belief. Remember this. Smile politely. But remember who stood with you in silence. To walk this road, you must grieve. This is the part most avoid. You imagined a different story. You thought your family would understand, that friends would evolve with you, that someone would notice your effort early. They probably won't. You must hold a funeral for the version of yourself that needed them. This grief is real. It is physical, heavy. You will question your sanity. You will wonder if the crowd is right and you are wrong. This is the threshold. Every original mind crosses it. Between the tribe and the future lies wilderness. In the wilderness, doubt whispers, comfort tempts. The cage you escaped suddenly looks familiar, but you cannot return. You see too clearly now. Once you understand that most support is mutual distraction, you cannot unlearn it. So the dependent self must die. You must become your own authority. This is not self-love. It is self-command. You wake up and become the mentor you never had. You manage your emotions. You discipline your behavior. You speak to yourself plainly. Get up. Focus. The work is waiting. You cultivate two selves. The human, tired and uncertain, and the general. The general does not negotiate. He drags the human forward. Over time, weakness erodes. Structure replaces emotion. Alone, failure has no buffer. If you sleep in, no one rescues you. If you procrastinate, progress stops. Feedback is instant and unforgiving. This is a gift. Comfort breeds stagnation. Support cushions laziness. Alone, the floor is stone. You adapt, you harden, you learn. Now understand this. Your internal narrative matters. Most people tell victim stories. I had no help, no support. You will tell a different story, one of strategic defiance. You will collect rejection and convert it into resolve. Ignored messages, dismissive glances, silence. Burn it all. Anger is cleaner than sorrow. Sorrow collapses. Anger moves. The greatest competitors manufacture disrespect to fuel themselves. You will do the same. You're not cruel. You're driven. People chase safety. You chase impact. Stop translating your language. Build so high, they must look up. When you win with zero support, the victory is pure. No shared credit. No diluted ownership. You walk through the fire alone. This is not loneliness. It is sovereignty. And to reach it, isolation must become intentional. Cut draining ties. Stop paying the tax of proximity to people who fear growth. Sit in quiet. Let the thoughts scream. Let them exhaust themselves. When they fade, something emerges. Your instinct, your strategy, your mind undisturbed. Genesis happens in the void. Look at it logically. Partnerships fail. Alliances decay. Every added human variable multiplies risk. Humans are inconsistent, emotional, fragile. If your plan depends on another's discipline, your plan is weak. Borrowed armies demand loyalty. Shared victories demand compromise. Winning alone preserves the soul. It may be slower. It is always stronger. The one carried to the summit cannot withstand wind. The one who climbed becomes the mountain. When you hit a wall with no one to call, smile. This is education. This is muscle. Zero support forces total competence. You learn marketing, finance, psychology, systems. You become a builder, not a specialist. Specialists are replaceable. Architects are permanent. So look at the emptiness and say, thank you. Thank you for forcing me to become everything. Now understand the alchemy. Pain is energy. Most numb it. You will channel it. Heartbreak produces output. Rage produces focus. Solitude produces urgency. Condition yourself. Alone equals work harder. Ignored equals improve. Lack equals innovate. You become a mechanism. Others freeze under emotion. You convert it into motion. This is power. Support creates safety. Safety kills ambition. Urgency awakens instinct. Danger sharpens perception. Welcome it. Now, discipline. With no oversight, most drift. Freedom becomes decay. You must govern yourself ruthlessly, not with motivation, with law. Win the morning. Depth over duration. Consume knowledge deliberately. Audit your day honestly. No coddling. Networking is a distraction for the unskilled. Build first. Become magnetic. Excellence is the strongest introduction. When you finally enter rooms, you will not ask. You will be asked. And then something shifts. Results appear. Confidence stabilizes, presence changes, and they return, smiling, claiming belief. This is the final test. Do not let them rewrite history. Be polite. Be distant. Keep the gates closed. Your circle remains small. You carry the stones alone. This is not bitterness. It is wisdom. You are the asset. Lose everything tomorrow, and you rebuild. Because the source is internal. Once you conquer with nothing, you ascend. You no longer seek survival. You design. And now, when you offer support, it is chosen, not needed. Strategic, not desperate. Never forget the quiet. Never forget the cold. Your solitude was not emptiness. It was a throne. Build until they must look up. Subscribe to the symbolic life if you haven't. Join if you understand there are truths that cannot be spoken publicly. Most will leave. That is the design. You stayed. That tells me everything.